Admit all. So today we are going to continue with circuits with only independent sources first. So let's consider here node 1. Yeah? So node 1 is this part where it has V1 compared to the reference node. The reference node here is taken as node 3. Okay, node 3. So V1, V2 are measured relative to voltage at node 3. So at node 1, yeah, here we consider that current out equals to, we assign positive sign to current out. So here, for example, IA, it is current in, so that's why we assign negative. Negative IA plus I1. I1 is current going out from that node 1. Then plus I2 equals to 0. Yeah. Then if we then using resistances, because there is R1 and R2 here, IA cannot be replaced with resistance because it is basically from a current independent current source. But I1 can be replaced by V1 divided by R1. So basically, why it is only written V1 here, but actually it comes from V1 minus V3. Okay, when V3 is equals to 0, so basically then this one equals to V1. That's why V3 here is not written anymore. In actual implementation of node analysis, it's supposed to be written by as V1 minus V3. Okay, but because V3 is 0, then that's why we write it just, we write it down as V1 divided by R1. For I2 is V1 negative V2, the potential difference, yeah, between point 1 and point 2, node 1 and node 2 divided by R2. So all of this based on passive sign convention. Okay, so please, if you don't really get it why this is supposed to be V1 minus V2, yeah, divided by R2, this is based on passive sign convention and Ohm's law. So we can replace this R, instead of expressing the equation as V divided by R, we can replace 1 over R as another parameter called as conductance, yeah, which we have also studied in chapter 1. So conductance is basically the inverse of resistance. Yeah. So hence, then the formal manipulation of the equation will be simpler because we use conductances instead of resistances. So we replace this I1 V1 divided by R1 into G1 multiplied by G2. So this one G1 multiplied by V1. So this 1 over R1, this becomes G1. Yeah, 1 over R2 here, this becomes G2. Okay, so minus IA plus G1 V1 plus G2 multiplied to V1 minus V2 equals to 0. Then we reorder the terms so that then V1 is grouped with the other V1, V2 is grouped with V2, and then the constant here is represented by the independent current source, is replaced to the other side of the equation. So then this equation becomes G1 multiplied G1 plus G2 multiplied to V1, this part, yeah, negative G2 V2 equals to IA. Similarly with node 2 here, so minus, we can just immediately use conductance. So yeah, current out V1 minus V1, since here I2 we already draw towards coming in towards V2, then we have to assign negative value to that, yeah, negative G2 multiplied to V1 minus V2 plus IB is current going out from node 2, plus G3 is 1 over RT multiplied to V2 negative V3. And since V3 again is equals to 0 here, then V3 is not written. So that's why then plus G3 multiplied to V2 equals to 0. Reordering the terms, so we group V1 with V1, V2 with V2. This becomes minus G2 V1 plus plus here, because this minus multiplied by minus becomes plus here, plus G2 plus G3 multiply to V2 equals to minus IB, because IB is moved to the right hand side of the equation. So the model for the circuit now is an a system of algebraic equations. We have two unknowns, V1 and V2, right? V3 is already known. V3 equals to 0 because it is taken as the reference voltage. So the first equation is G1 plus G2 multiplied by V1 minus G2 V2 equals to IA. Then the second equation is minus G2 V1 plus G2 plus G3 multiplied to V2 equals to minus IB. So this we can use matrix analysis, we can use substitution, we can use elimination rule, and many other to obtain these two unknown, V1 and V2. So as long as there are two equations, then we can solve these two unknowns. Okay, so far understandable, eh? It's no problem. So first, let me save this note. Okay, then clear the drawing. Okay, this an example here. Write the Kirchhoff current law of this circuit. We have two independent current sources, I1 here pointing downward and I2 pointing upward. So the nodes which has so many branches connected to it is we take this lower node as the reference node, okay, as the ground, as the reference node. That's why it is drawn like this. So the unknown voltage is at V1 here and V2 here at node 1 and node 2. Okay, at node 1 here we visualize the current leaving and then write the KCL equation. Okay, so current leaving here, this is because this is the same wire, yeah, with this current source I1, and then currently we visualize the current I2 flowing through R2 here. We visualize current flowing through R3, flowing from V1 to V2 here through the R3 resistor 3. Then another current flowing through the resistor 4. So from here, I1 coming out plus V1 minus 0 divided by R2, or plus V1 divided by R2, plus V1 minus V2 divided by R3, here the current flowing through R3, plus V1 minus V2 divided by R4, the first equation. Then we repeat again this process at node 2. So this current I2 is entering the current. So while we are visualizing a current coming out of the node 2, so it means we have to assign negative sign to the I2, negative I2. Then coming out here, I plus V2 negative V1 divided by R4, and plus V2 divided by minus V1, sorry, divided by R3. And then alternatively, we can choose the other way around. So we, instead of visualizing currents going out from the node, we can also visualizing the current coming into the node. For example, then in the node 2 here, in the green line here, the green arrow line represent current coming in to the node 2. So this equals to I2 entering because it is positive. Then then V1 minus V2 divided by R4 plus V1 minus V2 divided by R3 here equals to 0. Because these two basically are equivalent. Yeah? These two equation is basically equivalent. Yeah? So if you move or replace the position, relocate I2 to the right hand side of the equation, similarly here, then basically the polarity or the sign of each of the term will be reversed. Okay. So another example to write a node equation. We have a circuit with 4 resistors with one independent current source 15 milliampere. So here the node C is selected as reference because there are 4 branches connected to that node. Mark the nodes to ensure that none is missing. So here we mark as C, the node in the middle here connecting the current source and the 2K and 8K resistors we mark as A, node A. Then the upper node, connecting the 3 branches, we mark as node B. Okay, so at A, node A, we assign voltage or potential, VA. At B, we assign potential, VB. Then we write the Kirchhoff current law at each of the node in terms of the node voltages. Okay, at node A now, current out should be equals to 0. So VA divided by 2K, yeah, actually it is supposed to be VA minus VC, right? But since VC we take as the reference, means we consider it to be 0. So VA minus 0 divided by 2K plus VA divided by 8K here plus 15 milliampere going out, equals to 0. First equation. At node B, we also visualize current going out from the node, okay? Then minus 15 milliampere here, then plus VB divided by 8K plus VB divided by 2K equals to 0. Okay. Another example here. Now with we assign a real value to the current, and then we are asked to find some of the values of the voltage here, V1 and V2. A model is solved by manipulation of equation and using matrix analysis. For example, here, if this current source IA is known to have a value of 12 milliampere pointing upward, IB is known to have a value of 4 milliampere pointing downward, and R1 is 12 kilo ohm, R3 is 6 kilo ohm, R2 is also 6 kilo ohm. So calculate now the one that the unknown is V1 and V2 as well as I2, I1, and I3. Okay, but now we just calculate the V1 and V2. So we have two unknowns. So using the node equations from node 1, we can obtain minus IA here because the current, we visualize current going out from the node. So if IA is going into the node, so we assign negative value. Negative IA plus G1 I1, so G1 V1, yeah, G1 V1, or basically this comes from V1 minus V3 divided by R1, and V3 equals to 0 because it is taken as reference voltage here. Plus G2 R2, G2 multiplied to V1 minus V2. Okay, V1 minus V2 multiplied to G2, or equals to 1 over R2. This equals to 0. Then at node 2, minus G2, V1 minus V2, because we visualize current going out from here, so that will be V2 minus V1 multiplied by G2, V2 minus V1 multiplied by G2, or alternatively, we can write it as minus G2 because we use this one, V1 minus V2, V1 minus V2, and then IB is assigned positive because it is going out. I3 is also assigned positive because it is going out of node 2. V3 multiplied to V2 minus 0 equals to 0. So we have two equations. We regroup first, V1 with V1, V2 with V2. So then it will be a system of equation with two unknowns. So here from the first equation, we obtain G1 plus G2 multiplied to V1 minus G2 V2 equals to IA. IA is moved to the right hand side of the equation. Then from the second equation, we group first V1, so this becomes minus G2 V1, and V2 becomes G2, this one, V2, plus minus times minus is positive, so positive G2 plus G3 multiplied to V2 equals to minus IB. IB is moved to the right hand side of the equation. So we obtain a system of two equations with two unknowns, V1 and V2. So from here, then we can put G1 and G2. So G1 equals to 1 over R1. R1 is 12 kilo ohm, so 1 over 12K plus G2. G2 is 1 over 6K here, and minus V2 times G2, 1 over 6K equals to IA. IA is supposed to be here 12 milliampere. So this is supposed to be 12 milliampere. So similarly, with the second equation, we obtain, maybe this is supposed to be 1 milliampere instead of 12. Yeah, the problem needs to be changed here. So here then, similarly, second equation become minus V1 multiplied to 1 over 6K. Yeah, from the G2 here, R2. Then 6K, it was actually supposed to be, oh yeah, R2 is 6K. R2 is 6K plus V2 multiplied to G2 plus G3. G2 plus G3 is 1 over 6K plus also 1 over 6K equals to minus IB, which is minus 4 milliampere. So from this model, we simplified further and then we obtain this V1 divided by 4K minus V2 divided by 6K equals to 1 times 10 to the power of minus 3, 1 milliampere. And the second equation becomes minus V1 divided by 6K plus V2 divided by 3K equals to minus 4 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Using Gaussian elimination, yeah, I hope you still remember from high school or maybe also from calculus. Yeah, using Gaussian elimination means we try to make, for example, one of the either V2 to be equal with this one, but having different signs, so that when we add them, this vector V2 will be eliminated, and then we can find V1. Somehow then we can obtain this one, V1 equals to V2 multiplied by 2/3 plus 4. From there, we insert this into the equation again, yeah, and then we obtain V2 equals to minus 15 volt. This is reinserted into this value, so this becomes minus 10 plus 4 is minus 6 volt. Okay, V1 equals to minus 6 volt. So this is an alternative manipulation. So after we obtain this numerical model, two equations, a system of two equations with two unknowns. Now here, yeah, we can multiply the first equation with 12K, okay, then the second equation with 6K. The right hand side is in volts, so this one will cancel with the K. Okay, this one will cancel with the K. Okay, so the coefficient becomes now a simpler number. Yeah, 3 is multiplied by 12K, it becomes 3. V1 negative 2. V2 equals to 12. This one becomes minus V1 plus 2 V2 equals to minus 24. Okay, so from here, the second equation is multiplied by 3. Yeah, minus 3 V1 plus 6 V2 equals to minus 72. Okay, so this cancel each other. So then we obtain from here 2V1 equals to minus 12 volt, similar like before, and V1 equals to, it means V1 equals to minus 6 volt, and V2 here equals to 12 minus 15 volt. Okay, the same way. So, but this one looks simpler because we simplify first, such that then the equations become more simpler. Yeah, looks simpler with simple integer. Okay, so clear overlaying. Okay, so if we want to use matrix algebra, on the other hand, we can also use this third method. When after we obtain the equation here, yeah, then this is remember using algebra, yeah, linear algebra. So V1, V2 like this. So basically this will be equal to 1 over 4K multiplied to V1 plus minus 1 over 6K multiplied to V2 equals to 1 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, this is the first equation. The second one is minus 1 over 6K multiplied by V1 plus 1 over 3K multiplied by V2 equals to minus 4 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so this is using algebra. If you use algebra, then you can use matrix analysis to show the equation. Yeah, you then V1, V2 will be equals to the inverse of this matrix multiplied to this current matrix. How come it's like that? So remember that if we have, for example, here a matrix A, AX, yeah, equals to, let's say, B, or I, yeah, or I. This is the one that's being searched. The one that is being searched is the X, okay? So what to do? Then if we multiply both sides with the inverse of A, remember matrix multiplication, right? So this then becomes equivalent to an inverse of a matrix multiplied to that matrix becomes what? Identity matrix, yeah, becomes identity matrix, not I like this, but let's say identity matrix X, or basically equals to X. And this equals to inverse of A multiplied by this matrix. So this is what we are looking here. So this equal this one. So in this case, this becomes the this one. This is the A matrix, and this is the phi. Let's say this is the I current, the current. Okay. So this is simpler. Why? Later, when the system is more complex, you have 3 equation or 4 equation or 5 equation with 3 unknowns, 4 unknowns, and 5 unknowns respectively. Then it is not practical anymore to use manual Gauss elimination, yeah, to calculate V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, for example. And what you can do later, you can use software. You can use numerical calculation using software like MATLAB or Octave. Yeah, later I will show. Yeah, to perform matrix calculation. Okay, I need to clear the drawing. Okay, then. So here, the inverse of A is basically equals to adjoint of A divided by the determinant of matrix A. For the adjoint, replace each element by its cofactor. Yeah, if using software like MATLAB or Octave later, this is usually done automatically. Yeah, there is with inverse, you can use special formula to calculate the inverse of a matrix. Yeah, so in this case, the adjoint of this matrix is this one, 1 over k, 1 over 6k, and 1 over 6a, 1 over k. So from here, then the determinant is this one. Remember, the determinant of 2 by 2 matrix is this one. This side, let me do annotation again. Yeah, this side negative, this side, yeah, negative. So 1 over 4k multiplied by 1 over 3k, negative 1 over 6k multiplied to negative 1 over 6k. And then we obtain 1 over 18k square. Okay, and this the adjoint is divided by this 18, divided by 1 over 18k square. So we obtain here 18k square multiplied to the adjoint, multiplied to the adjoint, this one, yeah, and then multiplied to this matrix to obtain the V1 and V2, minus 6 and minus 15. Okay, if we use software later using Octave or MATLAB, we can do this quite straightforward. Yeah? No need to calculate manually the adjoint or the determinant. Okay, so then V1 equals, in this case, for example, V1 equal to 18k square, 1 minus 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 3k, yeah, from here, plus minus 4 times 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 6k. Okay, so then let's give some example of node analysis. So we have here IA source, IB, IA source pointing upward, IB source pointing downward. We have R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5. The unknown voltage, the unknown node voltages are V1, V2, and V3. Okay, let's assume in V1 it flows like this, the current. Okay, so at V1 divided by R1, so V1 divided by R1 means this R1, the I1, yeah, minus IA, because IA is flowing inside into the node, so means it is negative if our perspective is from current if we are visualizing current is leaving the node. Then I2 becomes V1 minus V2 divided by R2. I3 becomes negative, become negative because it is I3 here, negative V I3 because this is already assigned to the left. Yeah, that's why we assign here. Then it means it goes into the node. It goes into the node. That's why we here assign negative. V3 minus V1 here divided by R3 equals to 0. And we regroup again V1 with V1 terms, V2 terms with other V2 terms, and V3 terms with other V3 terms. So V1 is regrouped. So V1 multiplied to 1 over R1 plus here 1 over R2 minus V1 here minus multiplied to minus equals to positive plus 1 over R3. V2 is this one only, so and the coefficient is negative, negative 1 over R2. And V3 also the coefficient is negative 1 over R3 equals to IA. At node 2, we also visualize the current is leaving the node 2. So what we obtain is for I2 is already drawn. The current here is already drawn coming into the node V2. That is why the sign will be negative. Negative V1 negative V1 divided by R2. Negative V1 minus V2 here divided by R2 plus V2 divided V2 negative 0 divided by R4 here. Then here I5 is already drawn with the current is flowing into the node V2. That is why we assign also negative value here minus V3 minus V2 divided by R5 equals to 0. Then we regroup again V1 with V1, V2 with V2. So this becomes negative V1 multiplied to 1 over R2, and V2, there are 3 terms with V2 here. Let's do annotation. V2 is this one, and this one. So this, if this one negative multiplied by negative is positive, this one is also negative multiplied by negative is positive. So V2 multiplied to 1 over R2 plus 1 over R4 plus 1 over R5 equals multiplied to V2, the terms here. And for V3, there is only single terms, which is this 1 over R5. Okay, then V3, for node 3, we have to also derive the equation. For node 3, here we draw this current going out from node 3. So from the first current, I3 is positive because it is leaving out from node 3. V3 minus V1 divided by R3 plus V3 minus V2. Yeah, because I5 is also going out of the node 3. V3 minus V2 divided by R5 plus IB. IB is also leaving out from node 3, node V3, then plus IB equals to 0. We regroup again. Okay, we regroup. T1, the term is only this part. Okay, so this is negative V1 multiplied by 1 over R3. T2 is also only a single term here, minus V2 multiplied by 1 over R5, while V3 we have 2 terms, okay, here and here. So V3 multiplied to inside the parenthesis 1 over R3 plus 1 over R5. Then equals to IB, we put to the right side, so it becomes minus IB. So then after rearranging the terms, yeah, we group in the these three equations. V1 is on the left side, V2 is in the middle column, V3 on the right column. So the first equation here becomes like this: V1 multiplied by 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3, negative V2 1 over R2, negative V3 1 over R3 equals to IA. Then second equation becomes minus V1 R2 plus V2 multiplied by 1 over R2, R4, R5 in here, negative V3 multiplied to 1 over R5 equals to 0. Then the last equation is minus V1 multiplied by 1 over R3 plus minus V2 multiplied by 1 over R5, then plus V3 multiplied by 1 over R3 plus 1 over R5 equals to minus IB. So from here, then using matrix analysis, we can regroup the coefficient. This becomes in the matrix becomes the first row and the first column. This becomes the first row and the second column, the coefficient, and this becomes the first row and the third column. This becomes the second row, first column. This becomes second row, second column. Okay, and this becomes third row, second row, third column. This becomes 1 over R3 here, minus 1 over R3 becomes the third row, first column. Minus 1 over R5 becomes the third row, second column. 1 over R3 plus 1 over R5 becomes the third row, third column. Then multiply to V1, V2, V3 equals to, then the constants on the right hand side of the equation becomes the vector matrix like this. Yeah, three rows, one single column. IA 0 minus IB. Okay, so this is the inspection. After we find this, you just insert the value of the resistor. Yeah, then you can use Octave or MATLAB to calculate the value of V1, V2, and V3 conductance connected to node. Okay, so here the blue ones are the conductances connected to the node. Yeah, if you look here, 1 over R1, this one, yeah, conductances connected to node 1. Yeah, 1 R1, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. The red part here is conductances connected between 1 and 2, yeah, which is 1 over R2. Then the green one here is the conductances connected to V1 between the node 1 and node 3. And between node 1 and node 3 is here 1 over R3. Okay. And the last one, R5, is the conductances connected between node 2 and node 3. Node 2 and node 3. Okay, so first is let us save this part. Save, then clear all drawing. Okay, please can please unmute. Sorry, mute your sound. Okay, now we go to this one by inspection. For circuit with only independent sources, the matrix is always symmetric. Okay, the diagonal elements are positive. The off diagonal elements are negative. Let's say this circuit. Yeah. So from node 1, we obtain P1 multiplied by R1 over R1 plus 1 over R2, right? Because so this is actually comes from V1 multiplied by 1 over R1, V1 minus V3 divided by 1 over R1. This one and minus this one, right? So this is after regrouping. So we don't write here the original equation of the node, but rather directly immediately already regroup according to V1, V2, and V3. Then from the second node, the second node is here, from the node of V2. This is minus IA plus IB become on the right side, IA minus IB. So current out from the second node is minus V1 multiplied to 0 plus V2. Yeah, V2 here minus 0, yeah, divided by R3. V2 minus V3 divided by R4. So here, yeah, here becomes the factor of V3 equals to IA minus IB. So no contribution from V1, because V1 is immediately replaced by this the current between node 1 and node 2 is this IA current. And then the last node here, then since current is flowing in, that's why it is negative. Yeah, the outside current is negative. V1, basically this comes from V3 minus V1 divided by R1. So here you see the V3 here, and this is 1 over R1, and another 1 over R1 is multiplied to negative V1. Then we have V3 minus V2 divided by R4 here, yeah, negative, because the assumption is that current is flowing in. Then we have V3 negative, sorry, this is V3 minus V2 divided by R4, yeah, divided by R4. Then the last one is V3 divided by R5 equal to 0. V3 minus 0 equals to divided by R5 equal to 0. So if you look here from these three equations, the first terms, the first coefficient to V1 from the first equation, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2, here is the conductances connected to node 1. The conductances connected to node 1. Yeah, this part and this part. Yeah. Then V2 conductances between 1 and 2. Yeah, so between 1 and 2 here is 0, because the current flows here, no resistances. Yeah, negative. Basically, this actually equals to V1 minus V2, but no conductances. Yeah. That's why the resistor is, if G equals to 0, G equals 1 over R is infinite. So there is no conductances here. So just current source. Then conductances between 1 and 3, the node 1 and 3 is 1 over R1 here. This is this part. Yeah. However, the value is negative. Then from the second equation, conductances between 1 and 2 is here. Yeah, negative V1 here is 0. Then here is conductances between 2 and 3, between node 2 and node 3. Yeah, purple here, with 1 over R4, 1 over R4. Okay. Then you can write down this equation, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. This one is 0, because no equation involving V2 for node 1. Minus 1 over R1, and then 0, again in the second equation, no equation involving V1 from the perspective of node 2. That's why it is 0. Then multiplied by 1 over RT plus 1 over R4, and minus 1 over R4. Okay. And the last row, we want this one, minus 1 over R1, minus 1 over R4, plus, and then it's plus 1 over R1 plus 1 over R4 plus 1 over R4. Multiplied to the column vector V1, V2, V3 equals to the column matrix minus IA, this right-hand side equation, IA minus IB, and then 0. Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
I don't understand where 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 come from.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, this one comes actually like this, the beginning. Yeah? This is already regrouped. So actually, the original equation is from node, this is from node 1. From node, let's say this one, node 1, this is node 2. Right? Node 2 is basically this long node, right? And this is node 3. So at node 1, originally the equation is V1 minus 0, right? V1 minus 0, the reference node, right? Divided by R2, okay? Then V1 minus V2, no resistor, right? That's why immediately just minus plus IA, right? Because it is current going out, plus IA. Then V1 to node 1 to node 3 is this current flowing here is plus V1 minus V3 divided by R1 equal to 0. Okay, so now we regroup the V1 with V1 and V3 with V3. So then V1 here, the coefficient of V1 is taken from this part and this part, right? So then if we rewrite it down, then it becomes V1, sorry, better with red color. V1 multiplied by 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Okay, then V2, then plus, here is minus V3 divided by R1, this part, okay, equal to IA is going to the right-hand side equation, this is minus IA. But when we write down as a matrix, right, we have to multiply it with the V2 also, right? Then where is V2 here? Since V2 is not there, we still write it down here. However, we multiply with 0. That's why this comes to 0 part. Plus V2 multiplied by 0. Understood? Siapa yang tadi tanya? Is it Martin or Nicky?
Nicky.
Nicky.
Can you repeat where 0 come from?
Yeah, actually there is no V2, right?
Yes.
So we don't need to write V2 here, right?
Oh yeah. So,
but however, right? We just put a dummy V2 because when we transform this equation into matrix format like this, okay, it cannot be empty, right? It has to, we have to put some number. So because that number has to be multiplied with this V2 here, okay? So what is that number so that then it will not be, it will not have any meaning when it is multiplied to V2. So that number will be 0. Okay, it means then that's why we put, you can put negative or plus, basically it's the same, V2 multiplied by 0. Because actually in the original node 1 equation, this one, the original node 1 equation, there is no V2. Yeah, V1 minus 0 divided by R2 plus IA going out from node 1 to node 2, right? Plus V1 minus V3 divided by R1 here equals to 0. No V2, right? Where is V2? No V2 because there is already an independent current source between node 1 and node 2. However, since we want later to use matrix analysis, so that then you can use software later, yeah. Later we will go to that part, MATLAB or Octave. Then you have to put some coefficient multiplied to that V2 factor, this one, because we have V2 here in the matrix. And that coefficient, what is that coefficient? Since there is actually no V2, then the coefficient should be 0, because 0 multiplied by V2 is basically nothing, right? Understandable?
Sir.
Yes.
If the reference point in this figure means that the horizontal line is all
this one. This is the reference.
Oh, that is the reference.
So this one, V equals to 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Reference is always considered as 0 voltage. In real life, then it is grounded to the casing of the packaging of the electrical device, and then grounded further to connect it to the wall. If you go to Malaysia or Singapore or UK, they have the triple system, right? The socket is 3, not 2. In Indonesia, only 2, right? The third is actually for grounding, connected to the ground connection of the electricity for safety. Actually, in Indonesia, we are like Netherlands and also like Japan. Actually, only 2 to plug. Okay, Nicky.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, let's continue then. So this way, when this is, so it means this is a shortcut if you don't want to use the equation at node 1, but directly from the conductances, for example, connected to node 1, to V1, yeah, conductances connected to node 1 is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Conductances connected in the first equation to V2 V2 from V1 is 0. Then conductance connected to V3 is 1 over R1, but negative, yeah, because we are now looking from the node 1. Second equation is we are looking from the perspective of node 2. Then conductance from V1 is 0. From V2 point, then there is a 1 over R3 and 1 over R4 going out. Okay, here. Then from V3 seen from V2, it is negative. Is on the other side. Negative V3 divided by R4. That equation is from the perspective of node 3 minus V1 from V3 perspective. Connected to it is to it is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R4 plus 1 over R5 here. From V2 is negative, yeah, negative 1 over R4. From V1, the negative also 1 over R1. Okay. So this is shortcut. But if somehow you are confused with this, because this is just then you can, like what I wrote just now, you can write from the Kirchhoff current law. Current out equals sigma current out. The sum of the current out equals to 0. The sum of the current in or the sum of the current in equals to 0. That is more understandable from Kirchhoff, from the perspective of the basic law, Kirchhoff current law. So while this one is more of mathematical tricks, okay, to immediately, because now in this case it's already grouped according to V1, V2, and V3. If you are using Kirchhoff current law, it is still grouped as V1 as 1 over R1, as 1 over R2, and 1 over R3, or 1 over R3 as 4, etc. Okay, then you need to do regrouping again so that then the equation becomes like this, that you can make into a matrix equation. I hope that's understandable. Later we will see. This is learning extension. Okay, let's have a break. So it's almost 3:50 anyway. While we later do the learning extension. So please fill in the online attendance. So now I will stop.